Today, we're back with Dr. Lindley about our Lent series, and he's going to be discussing with us who celebrates.
Yes.
So, Dr. Lindley, can you tell me who celebrates Lent?
Well, anybody can celebrate Lent, but there are churches that we call liturgical churches that keep a certain calendar throughout the year. Don't just, everybody has Easter, everybody has Christmas. But in liturgical churches, which starts with the Catholic, but would include Anglicans, Church of England, Episcopalians, Methodists, a lot of Presbyterians, a lot of Lutherans, there is a fuller calendar that goes throughout the whole year. And it sets the colors, it sets the tone, it sets the theme for the year, and it's based around the major festivals. It's based around Christmas, Epiphany, Holy Week, and Easter, those days. So it tells us the story of getting ready. Lent is the season of getting ready for Easter. It's a season of preparation. And so you talked about that before, but who celebrates it? Catholics have turned it into a very serious and solemn time, and it's a very major part of their calendar. There used to be particular fasts, particular rules for what you could do in and out of the church for the Catholics. Other liturgical churches probably don't go as strongly into every single celebration, every single commemoration, but they do keep that time. So in your Presbyterians, in your Lutherans, in your Methodists, Lent is a time of getting ready for Easter. It's so important that people need time to prepare. And I know you've talked about this in other sessions, how people give up things, how they take on things, how they set a different tone. But a lot of folks who are not necessarily Catholic, Anglicans, Methodists, have started picking up on this idea of Lent because they realize it's important. We notice that on the Ash Wednesday services here, we have a lot of just random people who come to these services who are not our regulars. A lot of them are college students, and they may go to a non-denominational or a not as liturgical church during the week, but there's something about this season of getting your heart and your mind ready for Good Friday and Easter that brings them to say, yes, I want to keep a Lent. I want to, at the very least, pray more or read my Bible more, or maybe give up chocolates or coffee or something else. So it is spread beyond those churches. It's probably the most common part of the liturgical year that has really gotten out of the Catholic Church, the liturgical churches, into a broader group of Christians. Most Christians are at least aware that there is this season called Lent. They may not be aware of the season called Epiphany, or the season called Kingdomtide, or even Advent, which prepares for Christmas. But most Christians have heard of Lent. And so they realize, if you're a Christian, you realize, yes, this is important. Good Friday is important. Easter is important. And to get yourself spiritually ready for that is a significant thing. So more and more people are keeping Lent one way or another.
Why is Lent becoming a bigger holiday?
I think people in big churches, they like the celebration, they like the being in the big contemporary churches for worship. They like the praise and worship music. They like, to some degree, the anonymity of being in there with 1,000 people at a huge church. But deep down, the Christian faith is a very personal thing. It's a personal thing that you share, but it's still a very personal thing. And so I think people are trying to get in contact with those feelings of, yes, Jesus Christ died for me. He did this for me. What can I do to show him that I acknowledge his gift for me, other than simply believing? And so they're looking for things they can do to help themselves grow spiritually, but also to connect into something that is beyond them, that is transcendent. And it's not the cheering, praise, happy music. It is, there's a dark side of this. There is a hard side of this. There is somebody died for me side of this. And I think that's real to them, and I think they want to know more about that. And so keeping Lent, at least acknowledging that, hey, I'm thinking about Jesus' death. I'm thinking about that, yes, I'm looking forward to Easter, but to get to Easter, we've got to go through Good Friday. And so they're recognizing that, and they're trying to find a way to appreciate that and show that.